Next question, this is perfectly up your alley. What future developments can we expect from Smartblocks?
Our limit is the sky, Mike, because I believe with the add value we are trying to do in the communities, in everywhere, actually, this is the good part, is it? Because we are not related to any nationality, we are not related to any color code, we are not related to any, let's say, religions. We care about the humanities. Whether you are Indian, whether you are US, you are an Arab, you are in Africa, you are in Europe, it's mean you have the rights to get a different resource of income and to scale your income in your life. You deserved a better lifestyle, actually. And this is our main core business in our website. So that's why when I said our dream is big, we will reach to have our own projects, fully projects handled and developed and controlled by the Smartblocks in order to ensure to keep that segmentation is democratized and everybody has the rights to have a small piece of, let's say, ownership.
Yep. Okay, and let me just add to that. I want to say that we'll have secondary market trading, which is huge, and we'll have DeFi, which I already explained, are borrowing and lending of these tokens. And imagine if you're a developer in some part of the world and you have trouble getting access to funds. Of course, you have an international audience, but you also have access to these DeFi markets, which are just collateralizing those tokens and borrowing against them. And, you know, these markets like these property tokens because they're backed by something real. You know, they're doing it with crypto tokens that arguably are utility tokens, so it's not backed by much. No offense to anyone out there, and they lend on those. Imagine what you get with property tokens. It's much more secure, and they're much, there'll be bidding wars for the rights, I think, for the rights for you to borrow against it. And if you're in a country that's got low interest rates, you could borrow at 2% in some of these places, right? In the US, it's currently 7 or 8, but there's got to be countries around the world that are lower, and you now have access to them. So we're really bringing a global perspective to your local piece of real estate that's being invested in. Anything else to add?
Just to clarify, Mark, where I just ended, because when I said that everybody has the rights, we are trying to play the role as the enablers, controlling the market of the real estate in everywhere, and to try to scale and secure that transaction in the market, actually.
Okay, so how can we get this question a lot. How can tokenization impact the real estate market in terms of accessibility and inclusivity? I'll start with this. Okay, so as a small investor in real estate, I've bought commercial, I bought residential, but I've never participated in these $100 million mega projects that are paying a lot of money. You and I, most watching this, can't do that unless you run a fund or you're extremely wealthy, which congratulations. I love success stories, but most of us can't. And most of us in Africa or India, you know, wherever you are in the world, this gives you an opportunity to participate in what the wealthiest and the biggest institutions are participating in. And if you're smart and if you follow our videos that we put out about how you build actual wealth, just by putting $1,000 a month into some of these projects for 10 years, I know that sounds like a long time, but if you're 20 years old and listening to this, you're 30 years old and listening to this, for 10 years, we've done all the calculations at an average return on real estate, where you really reinvest all of the dividends and all of the sales of the properties back into, whether it's Smartblocks or any type of real estate, we just make it easier. You will have a $20,000 a month income, passive income, in 10 years. That's not that long. It's a lot of investing, but this is what will happen, and it can be done as little as 7 if you get involved in the right projects. We're building wealth for the average person. There's nothing more beautiful than that. The wealth. There's a saying that the wealthier get wealthier, but now we're helping the little person, and I don't mean stature. I'm talking about wealth-wise, getting into becoming a big person in terms of wealth. Anything to add to that?
No, I wish that I met you before 10 years back, because actually,
this platform wasn't out. It wasn't out.
Exactly. You're telling me it's not a bit long. I've been waiting for 20 years and nothing is there.
Well, you're still very young. You can start now,
I
right?
am. That's why we came up with this solution, my
Right.
friend.
Exactly right. You're right.
Yeah.